This is a story of a man called Steve. He was a low-grade seller of a popular leaf, despite every one of his own beliefs. This is what he did to get rid of his grief. It wasn't about the selling that egged him on, it was the fact that he was really after someone. The man that came in his house and killed his son. But that wasn't it, that's where he begun. The man walked in the kitchen where his wife was, pulled out a knife and left her lifeless. She left the hospital, sobbing and crying. Her stomach was empty, yelling, "Where's my Ryan?" So Steve put a curse on this man. Steve vowed he would die by his own hand. He would make sure he suffered all he can. Then he would end his short lifespan. But he needed a way so he can get near. He remembered the smell from when he was hit from the rear. He knows when he starts he can have no fear. He's gotta play tough as a racketeer. His drive is endless, he'll never stop. Heartbeat rising, it'll never drop. With every drop of blood in his veins, Steve won't rest till this man is slain. There goes Steve working on the corner, selling the weed even though he's a foreigner to this kind of thing. It's not like his former job cause he was a coroner. His wife won't talk to him after the incident. Whenever they talk she always tends to vent. So he moved out and into a tenement. Since he smokes weed, population's down 10%. Everyone around that used to live with him met the makers, yeah, it seems pretty grim. Everyone around him seems to be dying. He doesn't care cause the weed sends him flying. Then one day he finally got a lead. He was talking to a woman that he usually sells weed. She told him a story about a man who kills, even killed a family just to get his thrills. He lives in a rundown building close by, just looking for a place where no one's alive. Steve didn't know if she was telling him a lie. He still went to check or casually walked by. He got to the place then looked at his joint. He'd been looking everywhere to this point. He looked up again at this place. This is my building, with a grin on his face. Steve walked in, a little shook, not smiling no more, he just wants to crook. He had no idea about how he looked, wasn't walking no more, instead he snook. Gently creeping by, all he saw, people cleared the hallways like he was the law. Then he saw his wife at the end of the way. She looked like she had been crying all day. As he stepped closer, he looked at her hand. She had a 45 and began to stand. The closer she stepped, the more he feared. His high was gone when she started to peer down the sights, and then she let one go. It hit his chest and then he hit the floor. His thoughts weren't clear like this before. He started seeing things from long ago. He came home high and went to his son. He didn't even give him a chance to run. Shot him twice and now he remembers the gun. He wondered where his wife had got that from. Then he went to the kitchen where his wife ran. He took a knife and slashed her abdomen, just as Steve started to regret. His wife came over and shot him to death.